Hello.
Good morning. It is the 9th of March. This is Rabbi Levitt, Pele Yoetz.
We're doing page 326.
327.
327.
We're up to 327.
We moved on. We're at Chamav Moso.
Not yet. They
No?
got one more minute to say over here.
Okay. Got it.
And then, after having said that, so one would think that, we'll have to do it, but sneus, so that means I have to be in my house. So that means that that's going to be restricted to the time that I'm in my house. So my acts of Hasidus are sort of restricted according to that situation. On that, the Pele Yoetz says, not exactly. The very next sentence he says, look, when an opportunity presents itself to perform something good, so a person has got to do it. He's got to get up and do it. That's what Zrisis is all about. That's the mitzvah of Zrisis. When a mitzvah comes your way, don't let it get stale. That's the whole idea of Pesach. You involved in the mitzvah at the first opportunity. So that may be in public. That may be in the presence of other people, right? And that may not necessarily be in your house. So you got to do it. So here you see that it's not so simple to simply say, oh yes, do all your acts of piety and righteousness when no one can see you, right? That's what he said before. Actually, it depends on everything depends on the person, the place, the issue, right? And when the opportunity presents itself, you got to get up and act and be a zoris, be a person that acts with alacrity to do the mitzvah. Okay. And then he ends up with a very important idea that we always say on the Life of Bitachon, actually, that he says that and if he endeavors to do this, do mitzvahs and good acts and maisim tovim when the opportunity presents itself, so he will get a good reward for this, even for the things that he did not do. He didn't end up doing them. He says he has a legitimate reason why he didn't do it. He was prevented from doing so, or there was some reason, it's a legitimate reason why he was not able to do what it is that he wanted to do, what his heart desired to do, that good act, that mitzvah, that good deed. He's going to get reward as if he had actually done that good act. How do you like that? So that's a wonderful thing, because Hashem is mainly in. We know Hashem is he wants the hearts. Rachmana, Hashem is Rachmana liba boy. He desires the hearts, and the heart that wants to do the Ratzon Hashem, that is the main thing. Of course, we show. Oh no, I left the phone in here. Just a minute. Okay. So that's Hasidus. So that's yeah. Very good. So let's go on now to Chama v'Chamosov.
Again, is this a literal translation?
Yeah. yes,
Mhm.
Hamov is his father-in-law, and Chamoso is his mother-in-law.
So Shverd and Shviker are Yiddish?
Yeah, Shver is the father-in-law. Shver has two meanings in Yiddish, actually. Shver means difficult and hard, and it also means father-in-law. There's jokes about that, but we're not going to get into that right now. And Schwiger is the mother-in-law. Yeah. Okay. So he has a whole entry on this. So this is certainly something that we have to pay attention to. Okay. So Lou, would you like to start off the reading here?
Okay. The ruling of our sages that a man is obligated to honor his father-in-law and mother-in-law is well known. Every man is careful in this matter because they, like his mother, speak to him nicely. However, the primary fulfillment is to honor them after their death, to provide them with contentment, as a person does for his father and mother. If they do not have a son who, besides him, will have pity upon them, it is proper to have pity upon them, to especially honor them in their lifetime and at their time of death. By doing so, they will be consoled for not having a son, and they will give thanks for their portion. When the sons-in-law are good, then daughters are better than sons. There is a rationale in saying that the obligation to honor one's in-laws is greater than one's parents. Due to them, he merits to be saved from sin and establish his lineage. How much virtue there is for a husband and wife who have merited. How much effort and toil did his father-in-law and mother-in-law invest until they raised this daughter and married her off to him? It was extremely difficult for them. How will they be repaid? There is an obligation upon the son-in-law not to be ungrateful and to be like a son unto them.
Wow. Very interesting. Okay. Good. So let's go to the next paragraph. Alan, are you there?
I'm here. What page are we on?
We're now on page 328, and we have a round of applause for page 327, 326.
Ellen, we can't see you. Occasionally the tip of your head, but that's it.
If we all move our computer screen like this, maybe that'll bend. Maybe that'll work. No, oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, see, it did work. Look at that. See. Okay.
That's good. Very well done.
328.
328. It is most necessary.
What's that?
It is most necessary.
What's 328?
328.
Hold on.
It's interesting what he said over here. I'm reading this again now. He said before, every man, this was the second sentence in the first paragraph on 327. Every man is careful in this matter of honoring the mother and the father-in-law, because they, both of them, he says, like his mother, speak to him nicely. So what we see over here, that the father-in-law and the mother-in-law, it's natural. It's a natural thing for them to speak to their son-in-law nicely, and on that account, he's generally careful to honor them as well, because that's the way they treat him. So he treats them back the very same way. They speak to him like his mother speaks to him. What about the father? What about his father? He didn't say over here like his parents speak to him nicely. He said like his mother speak to him nicely. Seems to be making a reference to the fact that the father of a person speaks to him in a stern and a perhaps even harsh manner. All, of course, l'shem shemayim. That seemed to be the derech, the way that it was done, at least in the times of the Pele Yoetz. That seemed to be what he's alluding to. Okay, that was just a comment over there on that paragraph, and now we go to Alan. Sorry, Alan.
Right, okay. It is most not necessary to instruct a wife that she must be careful and quick to honor her father-in-law and mother-in-law. Behold, our sages and honor the day Yahu Rabbah, Parak 26 said, it is written, honor your father and your mother. This is followed by you shall not commit adultery. What is the connection? This teaches you that if a man married a woman and she does not honor his father and mother in their old age, it is as if he committed adultery all of his days. How much supreme effort does a parent invest, and how much pain in raising children does he endure until he has brought a child to the stage of marriage? Parents hope for the best and to marry off their children so that they find tranquility for their souls. Afterwards, the daughter-in-law rises up against her mother-in-law. Controversy and arguments increase in the house. This causes a son to also quarrel and bicker with his father and mother, because it's natural for a man to side with his wife. Contentious woman is like an annoying dripping mishlei. In the end, the children will go away from the table of their parents. The brothers will do the same because of the nasty controversy and dispute over women. Consequently, the fulfillment of the verse in Yahoo, one hopes for peace, yet there is no good. For a time of healing, and behold, there is trepidation, is experienced by his parents. That woman will bear her iniquity and the sin of her husband. Evil will climb upon her, and her end will be bitter. As she has done, so too will her daughters do to her. All of this is because the punishment that awaits her in the world to come.
Oy vey.
And a man who fears Hashem will be praised. This mandates that a woman should honor her father-in-law and mother-in-law even more than her husband, and treat them like a king and queen. Her sole purpose should be to understand and know their desire, and to make their desire her desire, and not do anything large or small without their permission. She's undoubtedly obliging in honor when a father is financially reliant upon his parents and eats from their bread. However, even if her husband supports his father and mother, she should not treat their honor nonchalantly. Heaven forbid, even if their yoke is heavy upon her. This is because of the merit of the parents' age The children and their righteousness will be forever. Declaration of the sages in the family. There is a person who feels his parents stuck peasants yet inherits. And at the hand, purgatory, and there is a person who makes his parents work in a flour mill yet inherits Gan Eden, paradise. Is well known. Everything depends on the pleasant demeanor of one's speech and the degree of respect one shows to them. Even if a father-in-law and mother-in-law are bothersome with their character, as is common among the elderly. The husband and wife who are in charge in the fear of Hashem as a common face, forbear that their yoke will not be worn by it. They will not argue with them, heaven forbid. They will be anxious in anticipation of their judgment. For Hashem will judge a person for every evil word he utters and every form of disparagement. A person who honors others will be respected and his reward will greatly increase. According to one's pain is his gain. Wow. So let's talk about the contentiousness between two people.
Yeah, this is actually a Gemara in Yevamos that mentions that in a certain case where we accept the testimony of even one person, and even if that person is a woman, we accept the testimony. But says the Gemara, we do not accept testimony of a mother-in-law testifying about her daughter-in-law, or a daughter-in-law testifying about her mother-in-law, because of what the Pele Yoetz says over here, that it's not uncommon that there is a controversy and arguments between them. Is this is the Gemara saying that this is something that has to be? Surely not. We see the whole. We're about to read upcoming Yontif, the story of Ruth, and we know from there that the relationship that Ruth had with Nami was a very, very close relationship, to say the least. Of course, that was a very unusual one, but it doesn't have to be unusual. It all depends on the people, and that's what the Pele Yoetz is saying over here. How important it is for the daughter-in-law to make sure that she gets along not only with her mother-in-law and also with her father-in-law as well. But that's not generally such a big issue. The Gemara doesn't say that he would not be able to testify again about his daughter-in-law. Okay. But we see over here that is a combination really of what, in other words, what's the seichel about this? The seichel about it's not a chok, it's not paraduma. Yeah, you just got to do that, and that's what you have to do. No, he says, look, if you think about this, the person thinks about this, the reason why he has his spouse, the reason why he's married to his wife is because of these people, and everything that his wife is because of these people, and therefore he says how much one should feel a debt to them, really, and therefore to honor them for everything that they have done, and also, of course, as well, not only the son-in-law, but here now he's talking about the daughter-in-law. Okay. So a round of applause for page 328. We go to 329. Oh, and we have 1 minute. Okay, well, That's the 1 minute. So we'll conclude over here, and we'll say goodbye to Mayor, and have a great day.
Great day,
Mayor.
Mayor.
You're muted, but we know what you're saying.
Yeah, no reason to speak. We know what you're saying.
Okay, because I was talking to my wife during the shir for a minute. I have to make her.
Ah.
You were telling her she should honor her mother-in-law and father-in-law, right?
That's right. That's right. And I also have to make her breakfast. So.
Wow.
Good for you.
Okay. So we'll see
It's
you
full of
later. Have a good
mitzvahs.
day, everyone.
All right.